Welcome to Wrestling Hill Talk, where we talk all things wrestling, old and new, including collecting. How's everybody doing this week?
Great, brother.
Great.
Very good.
Living
Awesome,
the
man.
dream.
Grumpy for life.
Yeah, living the dream. Grumpy for life. So Shane's not with us today. He unfortunately had to go have fun at a Avenged Sevenfold concert. So basically, he loves Avenged Sevenfold more than he loves us, and I get it. I get it. I'm just kidding. But anyways, we got Brian, we got Roger, we got Dr. Nick, we got Will, Kev, and Ben Bowman in the house. And it looks like Crown Jewel's coming up in a couple of weeks, November 4th. Has anything significant happened in WWE in the past week or two? I saw Roman got confronted by LA Knight. That's pretty much all I've seen in the past week.
They don't need to do that yet.
Damian Priest and Finn Balor got the titles back.
Yep, got the titles back.
Yeah,
well, that makes absolutely no sense. Why are you going to put the belts on them for 2 weeks and then take it back?
And what, LA Knights have had a push for what, a month? I mean, I love them and I love what they're doing, but don't put him with Roman yet. That's
Roman.
Damn thing.
Roman will crush him. Roman will crush him.
He's not going to end a 3-year reign just because he's had a push of a month or so. I mean, I love the push. I love the guy, but he's going to.
Yeah, they're going to have him lose to Roman, and then it's going to make him look like crap.
I think it's just a fake push. I think they're pushing him, but it's not going to be with Roman. It may end up being with Solo or something like that. Or
he'll pivot.
Well, he's already beat Solo, so.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had him face Roman and Roman won, I don't think it would hurt LA at all. I think it would hurt Roman because I think people would turn on him. They'd be like, all right, screw this guy. He's had the belt for so long. He's got the record.
Well, it's kind of like what
Roman.
It's kind of like what happened with Cena back in the day where, that long period of time, that's why they started calling him Super Cena. They had so many opponents that he just went through that everybody finally was just like, I don't care who beats him as long as it's not Cena. Like, they didn't care after a while.
Well, that was the same thing with the ECW one where they said if he wins, we riot.
Yeah. To me anymore, that belt is like a prop to Roman. It's like he has to come out with it. It's if I think a belt's going to change hands, it's going to be the world title. I don't even think about. I really don't think about that being a title.
I guess the question is
go ahead.
When he does finally lose it, who's going to take it off of him?
Well, that goes back to what Will said before: is who's going to stand up and be the next face of the company? You ain't got nobody right now.
I don't think he can lose it yet. I still think he's got another year of holding it.
Yeah.
Well, in all honesty, I've said this before. There is no Rock and Austin of this era. There isn't.
Yeah.
There's no Hogan. There's no Rock. There's no Austin. Seth is probably about the closest you'll get to, maybe a Rock level. But in all honesty, we don't have those it guys in this generation.
Yeah,
and I fear for it because the company's eventually Roman's going to get old. A lot of these guys are getting into their upper 30s. 40 years old is old for a wrestler. So, at what point do you go, well, who do we have that's going to carry this company into the next, 10, 15, 20 years?
Well, right now you have nobody who can take that belt off of Roman. You need to keep that on Roman, and because you have nobody you'll run everything, in my opinion.
Right, and the problem with that too is back when it was Rock and Stone Cold, Hogan, they only have one belt. So you can either hold it or you lose it. Now you got two different belts. But either way, you're going to have Seth hold it against whoever Drew McIntyre's next for him. You're going to have Roman against, I don't know, hopefully Cody's somewhere down the road. But for that, Cody'd have to win the Royal Rumble. But you could have, I'm with everybody. You put LA Knight against him, it's going to be a slaughter.
Well, you have the Intercontinental title, which has been elevated tremendously by Gunther. And then you have the United States title, which is just kind of floating there.
Yeah.
In order to have a balance, you have to have more people going after. You have to make it look like back in the 90s, early 2000s, going for the Intercontinental title was just as important as the big one. It was like I won the Intercontinental Championship. It was huge.
Because that was
I won the United States Championship. And, after a while, both of those just became like, not even mid-card title. It was just, here's the consolation prize.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what Seth has now. The second.
Yep.
Oh,
the second
absolutely.
place
I
champion.
agree wholeheartedly.
Yep.
Yep.
That belt that he has basically taken the old place of the IC belt.
Yep.
Yeah, and it looks like Drew's facing Seth at Crown Jewel,
Yeah, he's facing him at Crown Jewel.
and John
But
Cena's
the other
having his
thing-
first match in Saudi since 2018.
The other thing I wanted to bring up is I don't know if anybody watched it. So when Jay and Cody lost the belts, it was partially in due to Jimmy's interference. He super kicked Jay as Jay was getting ready to hop over the ropes, and that's what ended it. So are we going to go back and now see something going between Jimmy and Jay? And I know we've talked about that before, although we don't think it'd be successful because when you do singles, it's just not. That's why I think they had to
Maybe
put
it's just
Jay.
me, but every time I see Jimmy on the screen, makes me want to go take a dump.
I agree.
He's annoying.
Jimmy's not. Yeah,
Jimmy's annoying. He's not entertaining. He's trying too hard. He's bouncing around and everything else, trying to be this overly cool heel. It's like, no, you're being annoying, dude.
If you remember back in
Jay-
1993, Bobby Heenan used to say that about the Steiners. He used to say one of them isn't any good without the other one. And if you think about it,
Yep.
the Steiners is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. Later years, WCW, they split them up for maybe a year and a half, combined. And really, watching Scott and Rick compared to when they were the Steiner brothers was nothing like it was when they were together. So, Jimmy and Jay is the same concept. Watching those two individually, you just lose so much. And, it sucks because I'm sure they both aspire to be WWE champion one day, but their fate is already kind of written in the package that they were handed, and the fact that they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time. You think about the Mount Rushmore of tag teams and tag team champions of all time. I think you got to start thinking about the Usos coming up into that discussion at some point. I know you got the LODs, the Demolitions, the Steiners, some of those other great teams. One of the greatest teams of all time, in my opinion, was the Outsiders, Hall and Nash. But, at some point, you really got to start thinking Usos in that conversation. So I think they
have
made a
already
huge
been
mistake.
the longest reigning tag team champs, so you got to put them up there with them. But yeah, there's other tag teams that from the past that should take over them, but you can't deny the fact when they're the longest reigning ever.
Yep.
Well, and I know Ben had talked about this, and because him and I think William have been going back and watching.
Did we just lose
And
Nick?
the one thing that
Oh.
made us drawn to it so much was because you had so many different avenues and so many different things going on. You had the tag team division. They weren't neglected. You had the middle, card, and then you had the top card. And all of them worked, in sync. It made it a good show. Now you have it to where they don't invest 100% in everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's the
so
same
looking
thing
at it
with,
though, in the past 20 years, since 2003, name me one team other than the New Day that has been anywhere near as impressive as the Usos for the past 20 years. There isn't one.
You can't.
20 years?
20
Yep.
years? I'd say Devon Dudley and
Bubba Ray.
So
We're
so
talking
think
about
about
tag
that.
teams?
Think about that though. Think about that. By 2003, they were pretty much done.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't they were kind of late 90s, real early 2000s, but by 03, 20 years ago, they were pretty much done.
Okay,
We
you
talking about
said
tag
same
teams?
thing.
Yeah.
Tag teams.
I'm gonna get hate on
The
this.
Hardys.
The Hardys,
get heat on it,
Edge and Christian.
Yeah, but
Well,
even the
they're gonna be a lot
Hardys,
after,
even the
they're gonna be a lot
Hardys,
after 2003.
even
I
the
think
Hardys by 2003 were kind of coming to an end. A year later, they were already feuding with each other. Edge and Christian by
That's
2003,
true.
they were pretty much done. Didn't Edge go
Yeah.
on and win the King of the Ring in 2001 solo? So I mean, they were pretty much solo by then. One was chasing Intercontinental Championships, one was chasing European Championships by 2003. I mean, '03, you're talking WrestleMania 19 territory. They weren't having tag team matches with those guys at WrestleMania 19. So the past
Yeah,
20
that's true. Because
years,
even the
not
Dudleys were kind of winding
not
down.
not Attitude Era, 98 to '02. We're talking Ruthless
Yeah.
Aggression Era now. 2003 was 20 years ago. What other tag team in the past 20 years has been more dominant?
La Resistance. Just
are we
joking.
talking about in WWE or in general?
In the past 20 years, a tag team that's been more dominant than the Usos.
I'm gonna say one is gonna get a lot of heat. I think the Young Bucks. And the reason why I
No
say that
fucking
is
way.
because they started their own company. They're big in the indies. They've already now multiple champions in AEW, which I know we consider that a second rate company, but they're just as big as they started a company. And
So,
they've been
along with
tag team
Cody and
champions
along
and
with Omega.
I
mean,
can agree with that.
yeah,
The only
I mean
thing
they've
I
been
would
tag
the only
team
thing I would
champions
say
everywhere
about
they've been.
the only thing I would
So
say about
you're telling me you think the Bucks are as dominant worldwide
Yep,
as the Usos have been?
yep.
I agree to
Because
disagree.
they both
Sorry.
fought. You got Bucks in Japan.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say
And
that.
the only way the Usos is there is because they're bloodline. That's their name.
Yeah, because
That's
the
it.
Bucks were in
Yeah.
TNA as well.
Yeah, Bucks
Yeah.
were in TNA, Ring of Honor, AEW, New
Very
Japan.
similar.
And
Very similar too, because they all do super kicks like every 15 seconds.
that
Now who
Yeah.
would win?
Yeah.
Now who would
I don't
win in a
know.
match?
I disagree. I love the Young Bucks too. Don't get me wrong, but they're
I
not
don't
as
know
good
about
as the
that one.
Usos, and I don't think Usos got a push because of the bloodline. I mean, they busted their ass.
Somebody
no,
in the comments said New Age Outlaws, but they were done by '03,
No,
weren't they?
Oh
Weren't
yeah.
they split
Oh
up?
yeah.
They were split up by then.
I mean
They're
they
in
the
came
only thing I
back,
would
but
say the only thing I would say that Young Bucks versus Usos. It is correct. The Usos are only there because of the whole family. Young Bucks were in New Japan, TNA,
Ring of
what was
Honor.
it? Ring of Honor, and then they opened up the company AEW.
so maybe
So
they got
But
their
and
chance.
Indies.
but they're
And
only in
Indies.
AEW because they helped open the company. I mean,
Right.
if they
They've
didn't help
also
open the company,
right,
they'd
but
be
they've also
working
been
bingo
in
halls and high school gymnasiums.
They've
Maybe
been,
I
the
they've
just
been
Usos got,
I
But
Usos
disagree
got
with
their
that.
chance, but they're still they
name
busted
one
their ass.
right, but name one
I
company
think
or one
when like
area
names come
that
up,
the
All right, guys, we
Usos
got to take turns here and stop interrupting each other. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So Roger, you go, and then Nick, you go, and then I'll go after that.
name one company that the Usos have worked for other than WWE. You can't. Whereas the Young Bucks have worked Indies, they've worked Ring of Honor, they've worked TNA, they've worked New Japan. Not saying that they're the greatest, but you got to put them up there just because of the fact of they've been successful everywhere they went, and the Usos have only been in one company.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. All right, Nick, what were you going to say?
I would say just throwing a name out there just because of the notoriety was the Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in professional wrestling knows who they were. And now I do agree that the Usos are very dominant. I will admit that. And I think when it comes down to it, years from now, if somebody were to mention the Usos, you're going to go, yeah, they are Hall of Fame worthy. They are, for everything that they've done, the multiple title reigns, the great matches they've had.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, even outside of the bloodline, they had really good matches with the New Day and a lot of really great other teams. So I think, you know, when it comes to a class, I think in the end, let's say, I don't know, 10 years from now, you will think of, at least I will think of the Usos in that class of
Yeah.
some of the greatest, most dominant. And I will also, even though I don't like them, the Young Bucks in there. I would throw Beer Money.
Yeah.
You know, they were very dominant.
Gable
Briscoes.
and
You
Otis.
have to if y'all talking
Yep.
about those. You
Yeah,
gotta throw Briscoes.
Briscoes. Yeah.
Definitely Briscoes.
So what I was gonna say about the Young Bucks, because I used to watch them a lot in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. My friend had bought a crap ton of Blu-rays off this guy, and that's where I first seen him. And I was like, these guys are freaking sweet. And then when we went to New Orleans in 2018 and we were at WrestleCon, I was gonna try to get their autographs for my roommate because he was a huge Young Bucks fan. And their line was so backed up, you would have thought that people were waiting to see Ric Flair. So they are beloved. Even outside of AEW, I personally don't like them anymore. I like them in the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla stuff because they were doing insane stuff, but now it's just they're not as good as they used to be. But I will say that AEW, I think, does a better job at promoting tag teams because they had Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Then they had the Briscoes. Now they have Edge and Christian, even though I don't think they're tagging together, but they could. And so I think AEW does a better job with multi-man bookings, but obviously WWE is a more prestigious and established brand with better story writing. So
I don't know if I'd agree with that. Neither one of their story writing is good.
But still, the
Yeah.
Usos are the best that's been around the past 20 years.
pretty much, yeah.
How many
But
more
would-
matches can you put together for this show? I mean, it's not far off, and they barely even have half of a card together.
But I got a question. Now, would the Usos be as big as they are right now if WWE had a better tag team division? With better tag teams, and they'd have promoted it? Because it's just like what Jim Ross and them used to say, the tag team division used to be dead. It was dead. And then it finally got some resurgence. And then
I think the Usos help reignite it. I think they're a great team. I think they bust their ass. I think they deserve
All right.
it.
So
I
two
don't-
things. Number one, we got to move on. It's a great debate, but we got to move on. We got way too much to cover in the next 40 minutes. Number two, 20 years is only 2003 to 2023. All these tag teams that keep getting named that are prior to that, we're talking about the past 20 years, guys. So
Yeah,
Steven,
talk about the comments.
yeah, Steven, what's next on the agenda?
Let's go into show and tell. I actually have a couple of decent things to show today, and also we're gonna kind of switch it up today, and we're gonna do show and tell, but also just kind of mention what you're looking for right now that you want to get in the collection. So I'll go ahead and I'll start. So first up, I got the Savage Randy here now off of Will.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
My new desk buddy and the chair, or not chairman, but the spokesperson, because of course Bray in the rocket chair is the main spokesperson now.
Yep.
Also from Will, I got this awesome Superstars Honky Tonk Man, which I'm gonna take off the plastic here in just a few minutes.
take out the soft goods.
Yeah, take off the
Those,
soft
those,
goods.
hey, those figures, no joke. When you remove the soft goods, look better. Some do, some don't.
Yeah,
but those figures, in my opinion, look better open.
His tights
Hell
are
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
I'll take it off whenever it's not my turn. That way I don't take up
He's
too
just-
much time.
He's just trying to get you to see the Honky Tonk Man no nose.
His
Yeah,
shake,
no.
rattle, and rolls.
his music note.
Ben's a bad influence with getting men to take their clothes off. You know what I'm saying?
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Get this out of my house.
Yeah.
Got this at a local store. This is my first Dreamcast game. WWF Attitude.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I already
Very
have it on
cool.
PlayStation, but I'm trying to buy every single wrestling game that I don't have. So That would be one thing that I'm looking for. Any kind of wrestling games. Also for the Superstars line, I need Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. I need Randy. I think. No. I got a Randy. I need the Kevin Nash and the Ric Flair. So I went to Target this week looking for the Legends Mr. Perfect. Of course, they didn't have it, but I was able to pick up this Roman Reigns pop.
Nice.
To add to the pop pile. I got a huge pop collection now. And it's crazy because it just kind of snuck up on me. Like, you buy them one at a time, and eventually you look and you're like, damn, there's 20 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was able
It's a rabbit.
I was able to find this on clearance, and I already opened it up. I got it for $7.50, but it's the D'Lo Brown.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look at the real deal now.
That's
You
right.
gotta have
the
his
real
arms
deal.
like this.
Yeah, do this. I do that.
You gotta have his arms like this thing.
Yeah. Put them out. Yeah, I got you.
I don't know how he didn't end up with whiplash.
Right. I know. But yeah, so that was a pretty sweet find. It was a good second prize because I wanted the Mr. Perfect really bad. I did order it through Target.com because, I don't care about packaging now because I'm going to open it. So I didn't care if it came elbow dropped. It was supposed to come today, but then they moved it to tomorrow. So unfortunately, I'll have to wait another day. But I'll show that off next week. Of course, everybody's already seen it by now. But that's all I have for show and tell this week.
Let me see.
Brian.
All right. Well, I only have one thing to show, but I got this from Amazon. It's the Goldberg Ultimate Edition.
Love it.
It's pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
As
Hey
far as
guys,
what I'm looking for,
just to break in some breaking news. It sounds like right now, as we're live, Sting is giving his retirement speech.
Oh, man.
No.
Wow.
Yep. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
oh no, you're good. As far as what I'm looking for out of the Superstar Series. I'm looking for Captain Lou, Vader, and the Chase Hogan, and I still need that white $1 million man, Ted DiBiase legend. So
Yeah, I'll be looking
That's it.
for that this weekend. I'm supposed to go back to Target, and I don't want it. So if I see it, I'll get it for you.
Cool.
All right, Roger.
Truthfully, I've got nothing. I'll have a couple of boxes later this week or next week, and I don't know how to say this, but if I don't know what I'm looking for until I walk past something and see it. So I'm good.
Yeah, you got impulse. You're more of an impulse buyer.
Yeah,
Yeah, you'll have a big box coming for me probably tomorrow.
I'm an impulse auctioneer.
So I did not know that this falls apart. I thought I fucking broke it. I was about to be so sad. Dr. Nick, what about you, man?
Well, I sent you guys pictures of my stuff last week. Believe it or not, for the first time, I ended up with a Chase. I ended up with the white $1 million man, and I picked up Greg and Mr. Perfect, and then the Target Edition Rock. But I finally picked up the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow.
it's an awesome
Awesome.
figure.
I need that one too.
And when you take the soft goods off, it's got different attire underneath.
Yeah.
It's like from
and then
Japan.
I got these. Yeah.
Hey, can I
And
ask?
I got these.
Can I ask a question about that? So
Yeah.
and this just might be me, but I know you're a lot like me with the completion issues. So since he has a different attire underneath, right?
Mm,
Do you buy two and have one in one attire and one in the other attire?
sometimes I do, yes.
Yeah. Me too.
There
Me too.
are a few that I've done that with, just because technically it's a 2-in-1 figure. So,
Damn, I
You know
got to
what?
do
You
that
know what?
now.
You know
Yeah.
what comes to mind is the
Which one?
Sid Justice that came out with the SummerSlam series and the Sid
I bought
Justice
2 of
attire.
those as well. Yep.
Yep. And then you
You
have the
have the
Sid
referee
Vicious.
look and the
Yep. The
WCW.
Sid
Yep.
Vicious look underneath. Yep. Okay, go ahead.
Well,
I'm
as soon as
sorry.
I found, oh, you're good. So I got these from Will. I got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase.
Everybody's got
And
a
I
price.
got Doink.
Oh
And I
yeah.
was so happy to see this. Easy
Woo!
Eric Bischoff. Man, seeing this picture right here, man, I got goosebumps. I remember this when it happened on Nitro.
Hell yeah.
just, I mean, the image right here just brought back so many memories.
That
I
was
kind of
that was
got sad because
complimentary.
I miss.
That was
Yeah,
complimentary of TRC, baby.
I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God. I mean, this just, the memories just flooded. I got kind of sad because I never got to meet Scott Hall. I wish I could have.
Yeah, you can still get Kevin Nash to sign that too.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm meeting this gentleman for the 4th time on Saturday. And thanks to the fantastic quick shipping of Ben, very nice, very evil,
Very
Dan
evil.
Housen.
Nice. I like that.
That is
Yeah, I'm going to
big.
get that
Big.
signed
They're
this Saturday with a white paint pen.
they're pumping him up, so I'm guessing he's coming back to AEW soon. They
Yes.
keep throwing out
And
vignettes.
this I've had these, but these were just simple customs. I got a T-shirt from Threadheads, took the bandana off the Target Hogan and the glasses off the Hollywood, and this is a 99 2000 Hogan.
Wow.
Nice.
And then I just added a shirt to this one. Got a
WrestleMania
91
8,
Hogan.
baby.
Soft goods.
WrestleMania 8.
So what's really funny is when the late 96 came out, it's such a good base because all you do is switch the shirt and you can have the bandana. I ordered like 9 or 10 of the Elite 96 Hogans just because they're so easily customizable.
Yep.
I probably cleared out ringside.
Oh yeah.
But the only other thing that I don't have in here is I ordered some of the acrylic, like not stands, but like the risers for the figures like I have in here.
Yeah.
I got those on discount from Amazon. Normally like $10. I got them for like $3 a piece. But
Hey,
other than that,
tell
that's
me about those.
yeah. I'll have to share it with you because there's technically spice racks, but people use them for their figures.
Okay. Yeah, because as a matter of fact, I was just looking for them yesterday, and I talked to Will about it yesterday, and I was just trying to think of some stands, but yeah, it's a whole lot cheaper than I found them for.
Yeah, I'll find the link and send it to you.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was
tell you what.
a pretty good week for me.
I got the soft goods on him. Dude, he came with so many accessories, man. I'm gonna have to get a Ziploc bag to hold all of his shit because I just tried for like 5 minutes to put that guitar back together, and I don't think it's happening.
I left the rubber band around mine.
Yeah, I should have done that. All right, Will, you're up next,
All
man.
right. So I'm not going to take very long, guys. I'm just going to kind of run through. I think everybody by now has picked these up, but it's just such a cool looking figure. You got to get the Rick Steiner Series 104. It's a great looking figure. I was never much of a fan of this character of The Undertaker, but the figure looks great. Had to pick it up. So definitely wanted to grab that one. Not going to spend a lot of time on show and tell, but I will show you. I was talking to Kev earlier about a nice Rick Steiner autograph. You know, good straight Rick Steiners without Scott in the picture are hard to find. So this is a very similar attire to what the figure attire is. Really, really cool looking Steiner autos. So they're not easy to come across. And that's really all that I wanted to show for show and tell. I mean, I got a lot of great stuff, but right now, most of my extra funds are pretty much going to either Ric Flair's or Hulk Hogan's. I mean, that's just literally what I've been investing in. It's the best thing you can invest money in right now. And that's really what I've been doing. If I was looking for anything, it would be the white suit DiBiase, just like was previously mentioned, the Legends white suit DiBiase. That's really about the only thing I'm looking for. If I come across the superstars, I mean, I'll pick them up. But otherwise, that's really all I'm looking for is a Chase DiBiase.
Yeah, I might have to make my way out to Walmart this weekend and check up, see if they finally stock some new superstars, because last time I was in there, it was barren.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
Kev, what you got this week, man?
Okay. Did somebody say referee said justice?
Hey,
Hey.
Nice.
I can't think of. Someone can't bring Sid Justice up without me thinking about him breaking his leg, man. It sucks.
Yeah.
I got this from Cameron, and then just got it in from Will. Got it started for me.
Yep.
Pretty awesome fig. And I got one more that I got from the Tribal Chief. This is a damn nice figure.
Oh
Look at
yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a
That's
rare
sweet.
figure on its own, but then you having it signed, such a grail.
I kind of
Yep.
like that he signed it kind of small and to where it didn't really like block the figure.
It's a
Yeah,
damn
it
good
looks good.
signature.
Yep. I like it.
And I'm looking for the Superstars Hall and Nash. That's about it. And
Someone said now my leg hurts. Yeah, sorry I brought that up, man. That's how I feel
Kev,
every
what
time.
are you planning on doing with the Superstars Hall and Nash? What are you gonna do with them?
I'm going to open them and put them with Hogan.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Yep. Good call. Good call.
I'm starting to think I ain't gonna be able to get this soft good back on him. They made this shit so damn tight, like I might have to dislocate his arm.
All right, Ben, what do you got?
On Earthquake either, but
Yeah.
All right, guys. I got these in today, which I'm kind of pumped about because I've been buying just odds and ends. I'm an impulse buyer too, but I got the Hall of Fame Piper.
Nice.
Love
Oh
that figure.
man.
love that.
You got
figure.
that in store?
No, I ordered it,
Oh.
got it in, which I was glad to finally get that one. Then I got this one on a good deal.
Hell yeah.
Piper Mr. T for WrestleMania 2, right?
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
awesome one, man. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
I got it cheaper than what I've been seeing around. And then what I'm really excited is this Sting. Speaking of the man, Sting, this is a collector's
Oh,
wow.
edition. Yeah, the 8-inch figure, the Toy Biz.
Oh,
This
wow.
one,
I've
this
never
one's
seen it.
Yeah, this one's pretty sweet.
Gotta love it, man.
Gotta love Sting, and of course representing Sting on the shirt. But
So those were Target exclusive back in like '99.
yeah, the old WCW, yeah, the Toy Biz. These are some great figures too. Toy Biz. They don't get a lot of credit. Toy Biz had
Yeah, look how modern that packaging is for how old it is, you know?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking it was that old, but
I have a
WCW
lot of the Toy Biz figures. They're pretty good.
yeah.
They had
I
more
love the Toy Biz.
articulation than the WWE ones had.
And then I guess just lately what I've been buying, of course I've got all those superstars. I need a Vader. That's the last one. I got a Chase Hogan. I need a Vader. That's the last of the superstars. I did buy recently I've been buying some of the WCW Elite, so I got Harlem Heat coming. And pretty much I'm getting those picked up. And then
You're talking about
then-
more of the old ones?
Yeah, more of the older elites, but
So-
WCW style.
How much are those going for?
Fucking
Yeah.
expensive.
I
They're
figured.
expensive. Yeah. I
No pun
finally
intended.
found, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I did buy the Harlem Heat, both of them, and it cost me $100. So it's 50 a figure. And then back
I'm
in
going
the
to tell
day,
you.
back in the day,
I'm
I
going to
could
tell you
tell
something that's going to make you mad.
what's
Big
that?
Lots. Right after they went out of Walmart, Big Lots was selling for $5 a piece.
I know.
Oh, wow.
And then,
That's
see,
what
I
Our Big
had 'em.
Lots around here had shelves of that whole series.
I had them. I probably sold them for little to nothing. And then now, like I said, that's something they increased in value.
A lot of those figures just shoot up.
Yep. So that's I'm just looking for the Vader. I'm an impulse buyer. I just been buying stuff for my collections. I wasn't investing in Scott Hall's because his was drawn up. I do got one coming. I'll say that it is a Scott Hall coming. It is a rare one, not a rare one like Kev's got the one of two. I got a rare one coming though. I'll show that hopefully next week. Leave the
Someone
tea.
wants to know if Kev is laying in bed.
I am. I'm tired. I've got this propped up on my big fat belly, and I'm chilling with you guys.
Yeah, I'll be on the lookout for Vader too. You know, it would be nice. I'd really love to just best case scenario walk into Walmart this weekend,
Hey.
and there'd be like 3 of each figure I want.
Oh, I forgot to say what I was looking for.
Well, you can say it now.
Okay. All I need now is Rick Rude, The Rock, and Typhoon. Those are the only three I have left. And then, of course, the Vader and Captain Lou. But for some reason, the last two series, The Rock and the Rude, were just non-existent at every Walmart I went to. Those were the only ones that were always gone.
I
Well,
passed on the rock
there's
so
a
many
ton
times.
here. Yeah, there's a ton here. Like I said, when I go out, we'll be on the lookout. But who put the comment that they found a Chase Hogan, but the box wasn't good?
Chris Lella.
Chris, buy it, because that one is worth buying. Either if you open it loose or try to sell it to somebody, because that Chase Hogan is hard to find.
It does look like you can get some of the superstars on Walmart.com. If you're going to open them, it would probably be okay.
It's Hall Nash on there.
I see Kevin Nash, $20. Rick
Well,
Rude's on there for 53.
Oh my god.
Wow, screw that.
It's probably a third-party seller.
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what? I could screen share. You know, I don't just pull it up real quick. I don't know how long their contract is for them to be the only ones that have this line, but I hope they end it. You see, you got Piper here for 30. Scott is 20. 28 for The Rock. 47 for Bam Bam.
So there's Nash.
Yep, Nash for 20 there. 2-day shipping, 17 or $18 for Hogan, 16 for the Ultimate Warrior. By the way, I have an extra one of the Ultimate Warriors still on card if anybody needs it.
I just
I
don't
only-
understand why Mattel doesn't cut ties with Walmart. They're horrible at
Typhoon.
distribution.
Or Tugboat.
Yeah.
How much
Target
is he?
knocks it out of the park every time.
Some of these are these down here are more expensive. Flair for
That's
23
so
though.
Because you know
A lot
that
of those are from
Monday-
third-party sellers, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
that Monday Night War thing that's coming out where they're going to have the Nitro and the Raw figures. That's going to be exclusive to Walmart. We ain't going to find them damn things.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Like the Ruthless Aggression line, I have yet to see an RVD Ultimate. Haven't seen it.
I got two.
I've
Someone was
passed on
asking
them.
about the shipping in the comments. I had 2-day shipping on it. If you're a Walmart Plus member, hell, you just pay for that once, for $12 and you'd be good. Just buy like a big old batch of them or something. But
I have better luck with Walmart than I do Target.
Me too. Our Target
Same here.
fucking suck.
My Target, believe it or not, in the last 3 months, the figures have showed up in store before they popped up on the website.
But
Yeah,
see,
my targets around here, they just suck. And I've
Because
got
the
two Walmarts that-
pre-order shipped out on October 1st. I had the figures like 2 weeks before that. Oh, nice. Yeah, that figure is awesome.
Rob Van Dam. Yeah, I got
Hell
two
yeah.
of them.
yeah, I've seen those at my store too.
'Cause I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I know usually when figures come out, it starts out, like California area, and then kind of moves its way in. And then the Midwest is usually the last to get anything.
yeah, at mine and Ben's Targets in Lexington, we're going to be lucky to find anything because of that dude that runs that toy store. He's got friends that
Oh,
work back there, and they get the good stuff, and he ups them.
see, I used to have that same problem. We had a local toy store in our town. It's since closed, but the guy would go in there and clear everything,
yeah, he's
some of
got
the-
workers there. They take
and
it,
then he'd mark it up like $15.
yeah.
Someone in the
Nathan marked
comments
this up
says
about
they got-
$5-10.
someone in the comments got the hookup on Rick Rude's and Typhoons at their Walmart.
Yeah, we got a lot of rocks. There's been a few machos. Of course, the second one with $1 Million Man, Papa Shango, Undertaker, that line.
I'm excited for the line because they have a really cool Andre coming up, a Doink.
The Kane. The
Uh,
Kane looks
Oh,
badass.
the cane looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I don't
The
know. I
Andre-
looked at this.
The Andre coming up has the winged eagle with it too.
Yeah. The Hulk Hogan kind of confuses me. it looks like he did when he was in Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
He has like a
Yeah.
black shirt, black pants, and dark sunglasses.
Terry Bowler.
I think it's that's such a deep cut. I think it's awesome, but I think there's going to be a lot of people that kind of go, "What is this?"
Yep.
Someone in the comments needs a Mr. Perfect. They can't. Someone else can't wait for the doink. I'm down for the doink. See, you guys are talking about having like several of the same guy. I don't have anything. Like I don't even have one option.
Well, I
But
think,
you would think that they would figure out to put one Rock in the box, one Bam Bam in the box, or whoever's in the line. Like you would think they would distribute it equally, but they're just like, here's a box of rocks. Let's send that to Fayetteville or something.
I found mine at Ashland, Kentucky. When me and Ben went up there, I told him, I said, if we go in this Walmart and they have Rick Rude, Macho Man, and who's the other one I was wanting?
Bam Bam.
Perfect. No,
Bam Bam. I got you. Bam Bam.
Hell, I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, I ended up finding 3 of them. Oh, it was Earthquake. Remember?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, there is no better feeling than when you walk around the corner and you get to that aisle and you see some shit that you want, and you're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh yeah.
Today
You know what,
is
Tommy?
the day.
You know what's a bad feeling though? The new packaging on the new Elites.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so bad. I am so
Terrible.
mad about that.
I know Brian's
retros.
probably pissed about that too.
You can't even get a decent autograph on it.
No, you can't.
That
All
was
right.
a bad move.
You know what had me pumped as like I felt like a little kid in a candy store? I didn't see this till they're on the very bottom of the thing. And man, I really want to open this thing and put figures on it, play with it, build the cage.
A lot
It's
of people
funny.
are using that for their superstars.
Yeah.
Ben, it's funny that you brought that up because I was talking to Will a couple days ago. I passed on that at the Target. They had, I think, maybe 2 or 3 of those play sets, and they were only $40 a piece, I think.
Yep.
And I'll be honest with you, if it's there this weekend, it's gonna be hard to say no. But I bet you it will be.
I grabbed both of them. I thought, like I said, I saw them, and I was like so tickled pink to grab one, and then I was like, you know what? Just in case somebody needs one, I grab another one, and which I got 2. So one I'm waiting. I'm definitely open. One I either gonna sell or hold on to. I don't know.
Good idea of bringing flowers.
I want to get me a replica ring. I need to get another one. I regret selling my SmackDown ring, but I had to do what I had to do back then. But
I'm gonna go stand over here while you
the collecting continues, I guess.
Yes,
I've got too many rings. I've got the old school blue ring. I've got the Raw ring. I've got AEW ring. I got an Impact ring.
And do you have the Raw ring? You have the Raw ring that lights up on the sides?
The one that came with Goldberg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I have that one.
Oh, the
I have
one
that
came
one
with
too.
Goldberg. I've got LJN ring, 3 Hasbro rings, and then look up here. I've got up here the full Nitro Arena
Yeah.
and the my 2 Hasbro rings right there.
Nice.
So, yeah, what I started doing was to not take up space, but to add more figures to the shelves on top. I started putting just figures in the ring.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I don't think you have a too many ring problem. I think you have a too many figure problem. If you have any of those problems.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah. If you
don't
see
have
it
no
as
problem.
a problem. Yeah.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that video I sent? I posted on the on the sites about the guy that bought his kid like 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole sectional
Whole
couch.
Yeah.
The whole sectional wrapped around with figures. Dude, best grandpa ever, man.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
I
What's
agree.
our opinion on the new Ruthless Aggression series? Are we talking about the one with Bischoff and or are we talking about another set after that? Are we talking about the one with like The Rock and stuff?
I don't know.
On which one? The Ruthless Aggression?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
somebody
there's
in the comments was
somebody just
asking.
asked.
That's the Walmart exclusive set. The one that had RVD. It's had Booker T. It had JBL with the American hat.
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. That set. The
Oh,
Eric
okay.
Bischoff.
Yeah, that one's ending soon for the Monday
Yeah.
Night
The
Nitro and
NWO,
the
NWO
Raw.
Nash.
Yeah.
Ben
Rock
liked
with the
the
guitar.
Ben liked the JBL one. He
Yeah,
liked that.
he
guitar.
got a one finger salute.
I think I only bought out of that whole series. I think I only bought Eric Bischoff's the only one I bought. I think.
I bought 3. I bought the Nash, Eric Bischoff, and the Rock.
Yeah.
You're right. I bought
bought
the. You're
the
right. I
Rock.
bought the Nash. You're right. I bought the
I bought
Nash. I
them.
forgot about that.
The
Yeah, I
only
bought
one
the
I
Rock
bought out of I
yesterday.
bought them all, but Shawn and Batista, because I didn't like either one of those.
That's sweet.
Nice.
Dig.
It looks great. They had a great lineup in that series, but unfortunately for me, the only experience that I have with the series is seeing it on the damn screen because I did not have any opportunity. Maybe The Rock in person with the guitar. That's probably the only one I saw.
I love that
The,
figure.
the only
Yeah,
one
I
I
got
did
that.
not see was when I needed it so freaking bad for this weekend was Booker T, Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah.
That's the only one I never saw.
Yeah, I never saw that one either.
They really got to
Got
get
it.
their shit together, man, because clearly they're selling out, right? So,
Yeah.
like, why don't they stock it more?
Maybe
Well-
they have it in the back, and then they don't stock it.
Well, I will tell you this: in my area, we have 4 WalMarts, and they all are horrible at restocking their crap. I don't know what it is, and I don't know if, like, believe it or not, everything else is stocked. The Barbies, the Power Rangers, the Turtles, every other line, you can get anything you want. The wrestling,
You answered your
Those
own
makes
question.
no
those
sense.
aren't. Those aren't stock. Those are just areas that people are not buying from.
Because
Yeah.
like with the AEW line, I kid you not, the only most of the ones that I got, I ended up buying from GameStop.
Yeah, but
Someone
that
asked-
doesn't mean those. That doesn't mean those areas are very well stocked. That means that nobody's buying that. How many kids really play with toys today compared to 30 years ago? I mean, they're all
Well,
on
like with the
tablets.
Turtle
They're all on
line, they have
phones.
the vintage Turtle line. Most of it's adult collectors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Barbies had their moment when the movie came out, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
now it's lessening down.
Yeah, that just released on Blu-ray on Tuesday too, so they might have a little bit
I mean,
of a
I have
resurgence.
4 kids, and rarely do any of them or have any of them really played with toys. They've all been focused on, it's almost like the leap pad. When you're like 3, 4 years old, maybe 2.5, 3 years old, the leap pad almost trains them to get ready for a computer world now. Not
Yep.
so much, like a use your own imagination world like we did when we were kids. So,
Yeah.
they start with the leap pad and they start doing all kinds of stuff on there. The next thing you know, they want a tablet. So you as a parent, you go out and you get the cheapest, $90 tablet they make, probably an Android version. And then the next thing you know, you buy 2 or 3 more because they're crap and they break. And, you continue to do that. And then finally they're like, oh, hell, I'll just break down and buy them an iPad. Then you buy them an iPad. Then you upgrade the iPad. And they really miss out on that whole generation of creativity of playing with toys like we did. Like, how many children do you see out playing in yards anymore, like out playing
No.
cops and robbers? Or, how many children do you see riding bicycles anymore
Yeah.
compared to what it was?
Most
Oh
So
yeah,
I
I'll
don't
give you
have
an
to ride a
example.
bike.
I've been with my wife, before we were married. When our daughter was like 4, from 4 till now, she's almost 8. She don't play with toys. She watches an iPad or plays the Nintendo Switch. She has all
Yeah.
kinds of Barbies and stuff like that. No imagination. When I look at her, I'm like, how in the world do you not have an imagination? I still have one, and I'm 38.
But you know what though? You know what? We didn't realize it because we're all older. We're all real close in age. We didn't realize what they were doing. But ultimately what they were doing was they were manipulating children for the future to learn to watch things and watch products because guess what's in every single YouTube or guess what's in every single, video they watch on there is advertisements.
Commercials,
So
advertisements.
we
Yep.
didn't realize at the time because we had our imagination time, we had our creativity time. And then when our generation started having kids, we didn't realize that watching Saturday morning cartoons on a tablet instead of the TV, they were watching all these hours of advertisement.
Yep.
I will
It's
say at
all
least
by it's all by design. It's big
Agree.
corporate design. It's McDonald's advertisement. It's go to the store and get new Nikes advertisement. Go to the store and get the newest backpack, or go to the store and get the newest iPhone or whatever. It's all by big corporate design. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I can at least credit Nintendo for trying to get kids more interested in toys with the amiibos, which are more like collectible figures, but they work with the game. And the same thing with Skylanders when that came out. That was a big thing for a while. That's not Nintendo though. But also, they tried that Labo stuff, which is where they kind of you implement like building and constructing toys out of cardboard that interact with your video game. So I mean, at least Nintendo does try, but I mean,
Or it did try.
there's plenty of us out here buying these figures, so we might as well keep it in business. But you would also think that they would stock up more on toys around the holidays because of stocking stuffers and stuff like that. Whether they get played with or not, they still get bought.
Right, but you're talking about, let's be honest here, you're talking about wrestling. Not a lot of kids are going to go after wrestling figures. So, in turn, not a lot of parents are going to go buy wrestling figures for stocking stuffers or whatever or whatnot.
Well,
So,
Mattel actually anticipated that. That's why they have the Top Picks line. Because if you always have Roman Reigns on the shelf, kids are going to buy him because that's the first person they recognize. If
Because
you
he's the
let little
face.
Johnny watch
Because he's the
wrestling
face of
for
the
the
company.
first time, yeah,
Yep.
if your
He-
nephew or grandson or whatever, is watching wrestling for the first time and goes, "Oh, look at that! It's Roman Reigns. Oh, wow! It's John Cena. It's whoever." They could take him to the store. Tons of Roman Reigns, tons of John Cena. Oh, look,
Oh.
there's Charlotte Flair, and those are the ones you always see
Oh,
because
look,
they're
there's Nyla
the ones
Rose.
that people recognize.
Another AJ Styles.
Yeah. Oh,
Rey
yeah.
Mysterio.
Yep.
Because those are
Yeah.
the most recognizable names. I mean, it's a good move on their part. I mean, I get it.
Someone said, I'm 49. I bought 2 big boxes of original Lincoln Logs at an auction. Hell yeah, man.
Hell, I'd have
Lincoln
done
Oh,
Logs.
yeah.
that.
I used to play with Lincoln Logs.
I tell you what, I am this close every store visit to buying Legos. Every
Oh,
time.
man, those things are so expensive.
Buy 'em.
That's exactly why I don't buy them.
I don't know if they were this expensive back when I was a kid, or I just didn't notice because I didn't buy them. But
No,
like,
they weren't. They
a
weren't.
basic set is like $80. Because
More than
my
that.
brother and I,
Will
we
knows.
still have our original tote of Legos, huge tote. We used to get them for our birthday, Christmas. Occasionally, my mom and dad would hey, go pick out you some Legos.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back and I'm like, how in the world did we afford it?
Yeah, but here's the difference between 1983, 1993, fast forward 2003, 2013, 2023, okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, back in 83, 93 Legos, you could buy 50 million different Legos and you could build stuff out of your creativity. You could build a robot, you could build a monster, you could build a car, you could build whatever, and you played with it and you enjoyed it. Now, if you buy a set of Legos, you're literally accepting a challenge of, this Lego is
Building the thing.
2,500 pieces. And when you're done with a book that's this thick, a book telling you how to build it, you've built the Disney castle and it's only $300. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a much different time period than it was. And again,
it's all themed. It's all themed
all
now.
big corporate. Yeah. Back in the
It's
day,
Harry
you could
Potter.
go to the
It's
flea market.
Batman. It's
You could go to the flea market back in the day, and some guys' kids had a big old Foot Locker trunk. Y'all remember Foot Locker trunks, like the big trunks
Yep.
that would sit at the foot of your bed, right? And you could buy a Foot Locker trunk of Legos for $20. Now, it wouldn't matter. Titanic
Holy
Lego
crap.
set is like $700.
I bet it is. It's probably big as shit.
My best friend and his daughter do the Star Wars ones. So they've got Star Wars Legos.
Hell, for $700, you could probably hang out with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I doubt
After
it,
you
man.
get done building it, it just goes like this.
At least if you're lucky enough to live by a Lego store, you could buy single pieces there. But that's more for the old heads that have that creative, fire. Also, I don't know if you guys ever watched Lego Masters, but that's a fantastic show, and they have to use creativity there. So, every once in a while, you'll find a younger person on there with like their father or something, and they do like a father-son build. But you're absolutely right. It's more just like a 3D puzzle nowadays.
Yeah.
When
I
you
think
buy the
when
Lego
Toys R Us
sets.
closed, it was the end of it.
Dude, I can tell you, I literally have them in the house and in the garage. I have these sets where she spent hours on end building these things. Like she'll spend a weekend building it and then go to work all week long, work her ass off all week long, come home tired, doesn't want to do nothing, but will sit down and finish building this massive Lego set. It's unbelievable compared to, being 7, 8, 9 years old. And your biggest problem back then with Legos was don't leave them in the hallway because if somebody steps on them, they're getting thrown away.
Yeah.
And
3D puzzles.
Someone's getting introduced to a 7-layer belt.
Yep.
Fun days of building a 3D puzzle, man. Those were fun. Yeah, I remember a couple of those.
Yeah, things are a lot different.
A lot different.
Well, guys, we're getting towards the end of the hour here. We didn't get to make it to the story time with Dr. Nick segment, so I have to save his story for next week.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I have 2 stories full of gas, ready to blow.
That's hilarious.
Definitely appreciate everybody sticking around with us for the Mega Power Hour. By the way, I need to make a new intro for the show because that thing, we need something new with some more spice. And I got to add Shane on there because Shane's pretty much just part of the show now, except for today. Yep. But that's all I have for this week, guys. Anybody else want to? I tell you, we'll go down the line. Brian, you got anything, man?
No, just again, thanks for watching us, and we appreciate everything you guys do for the group. And yeah, have a good night, guys.
Awesome, Roger. What do you got, man?
Pretty much the same. Thanks everybody for joining. If you joined last night for the Tag Team Champ show, thank you. Other than that, invoices will be out. Got to be paid by Friday at 8:00. And thank you.
Roger, you're not an admin, man, so stop pretending to be one.
I love you, Roger. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Hey, I thought that this was about wrestling.
Thank you, Roger.
You're awesome,
Thank you, Roger.
You're awesome.
I love
I'll end it with one piece of advice. Don't fart on a heated seat.
That was a good one, Stevie. I love that one.
That's great.
I'll end mine by saying huge shout out to everybody that jumped in last night, watched us, hung out with us, all that good stuff. Huge shout out to everybody today too that keep on and watch the podcast. Really enjoy it every single week, and we got a lot of things coming. We got another podcast coming. We got trivia night coming. We got a lot of things coming. It just can't get here fast enough. I know I have people ask me all the time when we're going to do these things, and they are in the works. It's just a matter of making schedules work and things happen. So, again, check out the Tag Champs on Tuesday night at 8:00, and you just never know what we're going to put up, and always have a great time. So thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you. Kev?
Yeah, I appreciate you all. Thanks for everybody understanding that if I tag you, because you're going to get tagged, that you understand. And so I appreciate that, everybody, and thanks for letting me live my dream.
Absolutely. And Ben, the final man with the words.
Yep. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for everybody that tuned in on Saturday night, last night, tonight, anytime. Thank you so much. Like I said, we can't do this without each and every one of you. Like I said, I feel like doing invoices today, in my opinion, was probably the most that I've done in the last 5 years, it has worn me out, which I, can't, thank enough people for that. A lot of them will get out tomorrow, but I got a busy weekend. Just to say that I'm going to go to see a few talents. Go to Scarefest, trick or treat with the kids, and spend time with the family. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. That's all I got.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, have a great week. Good football game tomorrow night. Jaguars versus Saints. We'll see you next time.